Hello everyone and welcome to a game where, well, the players' names are going to absolutely confuse me. Thank you, Metaphysics, for choosing Ice Orc, who is playing as the blue Night Elf over here on the, on the top right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, XiaoKK spawning as the uh, blue orc over here, red night elf over here. Yeah, okay, yeah, all of my colors. Okay, so it is ice orc spawning as the red night elf and Shao Kai spawning as the blue orc. Ugh, why would you be ice orc? Name ice orc and have a blue orc in the game and not be playing that? That just absolutely is confusing me. And in fact, ice orc is the red night elf. Uh, if you like me getting confused, remember to like the thumbs up this video. Definitely helps out with all those YouTube algorithms that suggest whether or not I would be, well, entertaining to other Warcraft 3 viewers. Let's go ahead and break things down in this matchup. I am expecting a Keeper of the Grove going up against maybe Farseer or Blade Master. Farseer it is in this matchup now, as we see the Farseer already being placed down, and interestingly enough, we do not see a barracks or a voodoo lounge. What does this mean? It does mean a very fast tech to tier 2 by the blue orc player Shao, as things are already getting underway. That fast tech to tier 2 will allow him to perhaps get into that bestiary and or those shamans much more quickly to be able to purge down the Keeper of the Grove's Ents. We are going to see that Keeper of the Grove pop out here soon as well, waiting just for that 2-minute mark as things are getting into position. Ancient of War taking quite a bit of damage, already looking to back up. And hello, Wolkis, thank you for thank you for joining me on this lovely, Tuesday morning. Every day feels the same here in the great COVID pause, as we are already into the last third of the year. I am doing very well, thank you for asking, as the Keeper of the Grove, gets a little bit more experience, picks up Claws of Attack +6, and is now making its way down off over here to do a little bit more creeping. Back off here, the Farseer going to come in, do a large amount of harassed. Farseer with some Spirit Wolves looking to get some damage onto some of those Wisps as well. Damage onto Wisp does tend to stick if they are unable to get inside that gold mine, but able to do exactly that there as the Keeper of the Grove gets to level 2. Alright, we're looking at that Wisp trying to get away. Spirit Wolf having a difficult time trying to finish it off. Are we going to see a final hit right there? No detonation, as, it looked like the Night Elf didn't want to try and get that detonation off. Instead, decided to keep the Keeper of the Grove and try and run and pick up that Cloak of Shadows. Farseer has taken a fair amount of damage, will be forced to back away here. Ancient of War still training up additional archers as well, as we do see the tech to tier 2 of Voodoo Lounge. There is that War Mill, and still we are without a barracks. Are we perhaps going to be going into double bestiary, or just bestiaries with not voodoo lounges, the spirit lodges, as the Spirit Wolf now just trying to make its way through here, perhaps trying to deny a little bit of experience, but not going to be able to do that. Nope, able to do that with that resummon, as the Farseer now hiding off in order to get a little bit of health back at the Fountain of Health. Fountain of Health, very helpful for orc players who generally need a voodoo lounge early on in order to be able to heal, which is often in their own neck of the woods, much too far away to really do anything. Fountain of Health was nerfed, right? I need to double check that. I'm not sure if I read the patch notes correctly, if the Fountain of, I don't remember the Fountain of Health being nerfed. Well, I'll have to go ahead and double check. Is it still percentage based? What exactly was that nerf? I'll have to read up on that. All right, coming back through, there is that bestiary, and it is in fact double bestiary, double raiders, maybe perhaps even into wind riders, but wind riders seem like a very dangerous proposition at this stage, as the Keeper of the Grove now sitting at level 3. Alright, Ice Orc with a level 3 Keeper of the Grove going up against a level 1 Farseer. Do we see a Shadow Hunter? Yes, we do. A Shadow Hunter as that second hero. And with Shadowhunter as a second hero and the pressure just really coming in very heavily, I am wondering what the long-term strategy is going to be. There are a lot of archers here, but archers generally do not fare well against raiders. Raiders are able to ensnare, which is a partial reveal onto those archers. They're unable to shadow melt, or they're revealed during their shadow melt at night. Also, the archers do deal piercing damage. That piercing damage not very effective against those raiders. If we are looking at Wind Riders, though, which we are, well, the archers should be able to easily handle them. That is a little bit of a curious proposition to see, well, archers, Wind Riders going up against archers, as we're now looking at a Goblin Alchemist as that second hero, most likely going to be using Acid Bomb to be able to, well, finish off a lot of those units. There's a quick Hex onto that archer right there. Archer trying to back away down to 115 hit points. Now, well, slowly moving back as a Hermit Crab, as we see an Entangle go down onto that Shadowhunter. Shadowhunter, well, no healing way for him. All you can do is just Hex temporarily and get taken out, surrounded by Ents and that Tavern. Things are not looking good for the blue orc player at all at this point. Wind Riders, are they going to even join in on the fight and then just start revealing themselves as well? Things are going from bad to worse. And as long as there's no critical mistakes coming in from Ice Orc should have a very easy time into this mid game. All right, still too early to determine the actual winner, but right now we are looking at a level 3 Keeper of the Grove, level 2 Alchemist going up against 2 level 1 heroes. But then again, anyone who doesn't read his books, well, you don't know if he's going to make mistakes later. Wind Riders are right here. Wisp going to get taken down. There you go. Are we going to see an Acid Bomb? No Acid Bomb either. And we could also be getting Orb of Venoms. Orb of Venoms, if we go to tier 3, we've seen how effective that is, especially against tactics that are generally guerrilla and hit and runs. Hit and run tactics all of a sudden just fall apart as the Keeper of the Grove, a Priestess of the Moon, and also an Alchemist with an Orb of Venom, they all will have ranged air attacks, and Wind Riders will just end up, well, taking so much damage over time that nothing can really keep them alive. All right, in comes some archers to, well, fight back here. We are looking at one Goblin Shredder, well, with a good amount of hit points, able to harvest lumber. He must have something prepared. Yeah, it has to be very strange. Double Bestiary into Wind Riders when you know your opponent is going for mass archers already. That generally is not a very good strategy at all. All right, Crab Limb Ripper going to get taken down here. Tome of Intelligence +2, Farseer and Shadowhunter finally going to, well, get some more experience, but still be denied level 2 at this stage. Alchemist at level 2 getting in some healing spray across all of those archers here. A Tome of Strength being left behind perhaps again for the Goblin Alchemist. Yes, and apparently, well, Ice Orc is saying to himself, I don't have to read any of these tomes. I can leave behind this one and this one, and it's not going to make any difference. We'll see if he comes to regret that later, if that Alchemist dies due to not having enough hit points later on, as the Wind Riders are still wandering around here. 50 over 50 supply by Xiao compared to 36 over 40. All right, are we going to go for an engagement here? Yes, we are going to go straight for some of those units. What is going on? Farseer going straight after that Forest Troll High Priest. Units are trying to dance around just a little bit. No summoning of Spirit Wolves. And that Farseer is, well, not gaining the hit points that I would have thought would have been necessary. Shadowhunter sitting at level 2 right now. What is going on? The Farseer could end up taking a lot more damage there. Finally deciding to shake that off there. There goes a Wind Rider. And the Spirit Wolves are finally dropped here. Why isn't the Wind Riders going after that Red Drake? The Red Drake was dealing so much piercing damage. There it goes, finally taking it down. And normally the Farseer would have been able to absorb a lot more of that damage. So it does look like that Fountain of Health, perhaps it wasn't healing nearly as fast. I'll have to double check there. Meanwhile, coming back across on the other side here, Ents and Archer is going to go ahead and engage here. There's another Tome of Strength for Ice Orc to not read, and that's exactly what he does. Ice Orc leaving behind 4 strength on the table. Who needs the extra damage? Because that's also what Alchemist would have, +4 damage as well. We're missing out on 100 hit points and 4 damage at this point. Coming back to the other side here, well, we are going now into Hippogriff Riders. Hippogriffs, so it does look like it will be Hippogriff Riders. Shadowhunter sitting at level 2, Farseer sitting at level 2. Are we looking at Chain Lightning? Yes, we are. We are looking at level 3 on the Farseer as well, as the Farseer may actually be able to get in a little bit of damage going after some of these units here. All right, there goes a single Wisp. We are looking at, well, Ancient of Winds. Oh, that Goblin Shredder going to get taken down so quickly. There it goes, level 3 now on the Shadowhunter as the engagement now getting underway. An army of Wind Riders, 50 over 60 supply in Wind Riders. Archers don't really want to try to hide back on the inside here, and there's not really much can go on. In comes the Hippogriff Riders and the Hippogriffs to try to do a little bit of point and peck. But, well, the Scroll of Town Portal is backing, backs them all out of to safety. Bestiary shows that nothing was really lost, still sitting at 50 over 60 supply. Wind Riders getting healed up. Are we getting any additional upgrades? No, we are not, but we are teching to tier 3. Okay, XiaoKK with a very fast-moving army with Wind Riders. Looking at all of this proposition here, Farseer actually being careful to manage its mana, not using mana to try and creep faster, but actually doing a little bit more harassment as the spirit wolves are down across over here, trying to just constantly pester his opponent and also do a little bit more scouting. All right, we're gonna see that last tome of agility. Apparently, this is do not read your nope. All right, Xiao. Apparently, he's just gonna stand next to his books.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wind Riders making, like, even when players like walk next to a book, and I think to myself, okay, he's gonna read the book now. They don't. They Tome of Strength being left behind once more. Farseer now shifting back down again. Goblin Alchemist is at 3. Keeper of the Grove is at 4. He also has a Pendant of Energy. Pro players and not picking up books. Name a more iconic duo. Yeah, you're only a pro if you don't read books. Meanwhile, Hippogriffs now trying to chase after those Wind Riders. Remember, Wind Riders don't have that much hit points. Hippogriff Riders, significantly less supply cost, and they have only a little bit less hit points. Wind Riders are essentially glass cannons. We need to see some sort of envenom spears or something else to keep those Wind Riders to help their damage production here. We are going now into Troll Bat Riders, so it is a game of riders, so to speak. Hippogriff Riders, Wind Riders, and also Troll Bat Riders. What is going on here? As well, we are going to see multiple watchtowers being constructed. The Keeper of the Grove archers are going to go ahead and show up, but it looks like one of the watchtowers will go ahead and finish. 2 of the watchtowers finish in time. This one may actually get repairs. Going to go ahead and repair right now. That is a lot of damage. Well, to just try and repair right there. All right, Alchemist trying to finish off all of those units. Keeper of the Grove taking a large amount of damage. Ents coming across in here as well. This expansion is coming here, but what's going on to the other side? We're looking at, well, a lot of damage coming in as well. Troll Bat Riders, Tree of Ages. Do we see Liquid Fire? No, we don't, but we do have a Troll Bat Riders going after the Hippogriff Riders. A Chain Lightning could finish off many of those. And, well, we can see all of the units are now trying to back away here. Hippogriff Riders, all of a sudden, not enough to keep it alive. It was a critical mass in number as the Tree of Ages now trying to back up. All right, it looks like enough of the watchtowers were taken down. Units are all now backing away. One Spirit Wolf getting in some damage on that Tree of Ages. That was incredibly close. Troll Bat Riders with siege damage. Are we going into the Liquid Fire upgrade? Yes, we are. If he had the Liquid Fire upgrade earlier, perhaps it would have been enough to actually take out this Tree of Ages, as it is already low. It was low on hit points and then being massively repaired. The Troll Bat Riders being also able to suicide themselves onto those Hippogriff Riders, as if it wasn't for the Moonwells, a lot of Hippogriff Riders would have been lost. Triple watchtowers coming into play once more. We're looking at the Farseer 50 over 60 supply. Is anyone going to read that Tome of Strength? No, why wouldn't you? Troll Bat Riders finding their targets. There goes 2 Hippogriff Riders right there. All right, Ent's going to make their way off to the north here, perhaps try and stop these watchtowers as they're getting constructed. I believe the watchtowers have a little bit too much of a head start, though, as, well, nope, I take it back. The Ents are in position, and they're going straight for the lowest hit point one. Watchtower should just end up getting canceled, and then, well, or is the focus all on the other side here? In comes the unit. We're going to see a Goblin Shredder taking a lot of damage once more, and there is Acid Bomb finishing off one of those Wind Riders as the archers trying to get in position. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, it looks as though, well, the damage is going to start to add up here in just a second. We can see the Wind Riders off to the side here. Hippogriff Riders are trying to move into position, and in comes a Scroll of Town Portal. This is a game of just hit and run tactics on both sides as the Keeper of the Grove makes its way off to the north here. That is a lot of Ents. Peons should be trying to repair. They should actually be on the auto repair setting. Not quite sure why. There you go, finally making their way over. And, well, we're going to see a little bit of damage getting added in. All right, more and more, well, watchtowers being repaired and built once again. We are looking at the Keeper of the Grove archers, Hippogriff Riders, all in position as the Dire Spirit Wolves are trying to get some damage onto those units, but not able to get all that much. 43 supply compared to 47. Wind Riders still do not have Envenom Spears, I believe. We are looking at more Troll Bat Riders getting trained up instead, as both sides are trying to get... Oh, nope. Are we going to see that Troll Bat Rider find its target? Yes, it does. An army of archers was underneath, but they did not protect that Hippogriff at all. All right. Nobody's riding those hippogriffs. I keep on thinking there's going to be hippogriff riders. Sometimes there are, sometimes they're not. They might just be dismounted as the archers are down below. Hippogriffs and archers still ready to engage once more. All right, feel a little bit off today. Anyways, coming back down to the south, a Scroll of Town Portal coming back through. And so far, Scrolls of Town Portal have been... well, used pretty regularly for these hit and run tactics. Both sides sitting on no upkeep armies. Even though we're 15-16 minutes into this game, no one has an expansion as of yet. Level 4 compared to level 5 level 4, with the Alchemist not too far from being at level 5. Keeper of the Grove does have that clause of attack +6. We are still only at Tree of Ages, not at Tree of Eternity, as well. The watchtowers are being built what seems to be for the 4th or 5th time. This is off meta both for Night Elf and Orc. It is not your standard game whatsoever, and both sides perhaps feeling that they can take control of this here. We're going to see an archer take a bit of damage. Archer is going to be able to fly, let those arrows fly and shoot back once more. Meanwhile, the Keeper of the Grove, basically a one-man army, constantly bringing over these Ents again. Remember, Arya, I asked you to clear this spot before you try and eat here. All right. Ents, well, going to end up getting taken down once more. Keeper of the Grove going to wander around still. As another manual or another tome being left behind still. More Ents joining in on the fight. That level 5 Keeper of the Grove summoning in 1,200 hit points worth of units that deal a good amount of damage. Another watchtower. Is it going to get repaired? And nope, it looks like it's just going to be built only to get taken down. There it goes once more as the Farseer are looking to finish off all of these Ents again. All right, weird tournament games. Definitely, this is from WGL Winter Season, the August Open. So the fact that we are seeing these types of games being played at the tournament level is a little bit strange. This is something that you normally see when players are experimenting at the very most. All right, a quick hex onto that hippogriff, followed by a couple of spears, ensures that quick death there. All right, an acid bomb across all of those Wind Riders once more. Negative armor, a -4 armor, increasing the amount of damage they take by 22%. That is rather scary indeed, as the Keeper of the Grove now heads back off to the north and is looking to shut down an expansion once more. Farseer not going to be able to spot this, as the Keeper of the Grove now heads back off to the north again. All right, well, let's wait for it. What are we going to spot? We are going to spot, the Keeper of the Grove. Go ahead, summon up some Trents right there. There's an Entangle onto a Peon. No repairs are going to be getting underway. And, well, this Watchtower looks like it will get taken down before anything can really be done. Are we going to see some repairs? There's one repair. Trying to take down the other one as well. That Peon going to get taken down, as the Keeper of the Grove is playing a game of, some sort of tower rush game. He's just there to try to prevent any towers from being built, even though there is no other point of interest here. There is no expansion. As well, we're going to be looking at Chain Lightning now coming back on through. Chain Lightning dancing around. Well, Troll Bat Rider coming across. Wind Riders, well, Acid Bomb coming in. Keeper of the Grove does have a potion of lesser invulnerability. Acid Bomb across multiple units. That -5 armor, so effective, increasing the amount of damage that these guys take by 27%. The archer's damage, going from 16 damage on the low end, 20 damage, and then dealing another 5, so 25 damage. That was going to greatly decrease the number of arrows needed to take down those units. All right. Trent's trying to make their way forward and says, you know what, it doesn't look like an expansion is trying to be set up. Farseer picks up the Manual of Health. Units are still wandering around. Wind Riders actually separate from everything else here, still causing a bit of issues. Is there a lumber issue for the Night Elf? No, there is not. Hippogriff Riders still, Hippogriff still trying to keep track of those Wind Riders there, but the Wind Riders should be able to burst it down with really no problem. Back across on the other side, 48 supply compared to 36. Wind Riders finally doing a little bit more creeping. Both the Shadow Hunter and the Farseer will be able to get to level 5 if there's another decent creep camp to clear, and well, there is with this Rock Golem creep camp now. All right, we're looking at Xiao also with 1,000 gold in the bank. And well, the main gold mines are nearly mined out. That will finish mining here, and this one has about 25 seconds left of mining to go. And that will be the end of this. Tomes of Intelligence finally being picked up here. 2 level 5 heroes versus 2 level 5 heroes. We are at Fortress, and we do have Liquid Fire as more Wind Riders are getting added in. All right, interestingly enough, XiaoKK does have an army advantage right now, simply because of the fact that he also has had more gold. Are we going to be looking at a tiny Great Hall? I don't see one as of yet. I don't know if we're going to be looking at an expansion, but this is strange. 21 minutes into this game, all the gold mines are mined out, and what the Tree of Ages is going to do, he's simply just going to walk on over to try and, well, get into position. Tree of Ages, well, it does currently have heavy armor. It can easily get taken down. All of these Trents across over here could easily end up falling as well, and that's just going to end up giving experience to the Shadow Hunter off over here. But is it really worth it to use your time that way? Tree of Ages with the slow walk over here to this gold mine. It's going to be getting into position and then trying to entangle. Meanwhile, back here, Farseer is using a tiny Great Hall. Should be able to set up this expansion with no problem. Ents making their way through. Shadow Hunter, Farseer spots all of this and needs to stop these Ents from doing anything. No Orb of Lightning on any of these units here. So interesting, not using an Orb of Lightning as the Great Hall is now done and online. 48 supply over 70. It looks like a couple of Wisps are going to be making their way over. Archers should be able to finish off all of these units, but a couple of critical strikes finishing off some of those units there. A quick detonation. Trents now making their way north. It looked as though there was another, Troll Bat Rider taking down one Hippogriff Rider and damaging the remaining 2. Trents are going to try and take down this Great Hall. Meanwhile, a main battle could be coming in here in just a moment. Shadow Spirit Wolf ends up getting taken down. There goes an Entangle and more Healing Spray to keep all these units alive and well. Wind Riders still only 1-0 upgrades, armor upgrades here. Farseer going to go ahead and summon up some Spirit Wolves. We're going to go into an engagement. Where is the Shadow Hunter? Shadow Hunter is in the back. Chain Lightning trying to finish off some remaining units here. Farseer getting in some detonation, or getting detonated as well, as the Wind Riders are at -5 armor, trying to finish off all these units here. Archers able to poke back so much damage, and now, there goes one Wind Rider already. Staff of Preservation saving one unit right there. Wind Riders trying to engage. Low hit point. Wind Rider getting taken down. 40 supply over 70, and it looks like Ice Orc, the Night Elf, is going to come out ahead as a 34 supply compared to 47 over 70 if he can finish off many of these Wind Riders, even though he is still down and behind in supply. It just seems like he's been able to trade much more efficiently, especially, as there is mana on those Alchemists and those remaining units. There goes another Spirit Wolf getting taken down, constantly trying to Healing Spray. There's a Staff of Preservation saving again, as the units backing up once more. This army is still rather small. Keeper of the Grove needs to shut down all of this mining here, and as the Trents are going to be doing their thing, are we going to perhaps see a Scroll of Town Portal to try to back all of these units away? There you go. There's that Scroll of Town Portal. Wind Riders trying to the Hippogriff Rider up into the air for a split second, as well, a little bit more healing and a little bit more mining happening. All right, entangling of this gold mine has happened. Tome of Strength. Well, why not? Why not just leave it there? Keeper of the Grove gonna go ahead, head over to the Fountain of Health, as one Hippogriff not close enough, needs to get a little bit closer. There we go. Hippogriff Rider also regenerating those hit points too. We're looking at 50 supply compared to 34. Those Wind Riders, well, I almost consider them 3 supply units compared to 4, with how easy they are to get taken out. And with that, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those units out there. So it's really a little bit closer. However, the Alchemist has to be in a little bit of a mad run right now. He probably wishes he had an extra 1,000 hit points, if only that there was some, or 100 hit points, if only there was some way. Yeah, leaving behind another Tome of Strength right there. All right, more healing spray being used. Let's see how this battle is going to be going down. Trent's going to get joined in on the fight. A little bit of damage. There's that acid bomb damage over time once more, as the Hippogriffs unable to finish off anything. However, the Spirit Wolves are really making a big impact in this game, just randomly showing up, critical striking those archers and taking them down. That might be the big play so far, and it's looking like the blue arc is starting to take the lead here, as the Wind Riders are just able to constantly poke down all of this damage. There goes some more acid bomb once more. Troll Bat Riders trying to make the ends justify the means, as another Wind Rider gets taken out. 33 supply compared to 46. Ice Orc still has the supply advantage, but how long can he hold on to that advantage, especially as this gold mine is now fully saturated? Spirit Wolves still wandering around here. Well, we can see some full moon wells. Keeper of the Grove wants a little bit of mana, fully drains that here in just a second. Meanwhile, the Trent's getting just shot down and then timed life to death right off over there. 50 supply compared to 38. Ice Orc with those archers, well, should be able to deal enough damage. Not that many upgrades. How come no additional units are being trained? Only one Ancient of War when you're going for mass archers right now, as we are looking at more and more damage coming through. All right, Shadowhunter could be in trouble. Are we going to get a potential surround? It looked like we were here. Healing Spray. Chain Lightning, however, quickly makes short work of that, as the one archer down to 13 hit points ends up getting taken down by a Spirit Wolf. Healing Wave comes back across again. Archer trying to finish out the remaining units, but the Wind Riders are all in position, and all of a sudden 30 supply compared to 48. There's not enough archers because of those Spirit Wolves getting those critical strikes onto those archers right there. Keeper of the Grove now, however, at level 6 and with access to Tranquility, well, will be able to heal up many of the units. The problem is, well, Ice Orc doesn't have that many units to heal. He's still sitting at only 31 supply, and his opponent, Xiao, is actually getting into 56 supply. That should be enough of a difference right there, as we're looking at them fighting through again. All right, there, let's look at an Acid Bomb go down. Archer's trying to finish off more units, but I think, well, because of the Shadow Hunters and those hexes onto those archers, in addition to the Spirit Wolves, the archers are just falling far too quickly. Staff of Preservation brings the archer closer to death, as, well, it teleports behind enemy lines. Spirit Wolf should be able to finish off these 2 units right here, and with these 2 additional archers getting taken down, I believe that will now be the game. 26 supply compared to 60. It was really the Spirit Wolves at level 3 being able to, well, sneak up onto archers, land a critical strike or 2, and finish off the archers, and to win out on that war of attrition. The Wind Riders were the main damage, but you're just kind of constantly seeing the Spirit Wolves coming into play and then finding those targets, critical striking, and finishing off those units. Alchemist using a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability to stay alive, but this should now be it. There's Tranquility to keep the archer alive there. But is it going to be enough? No Hex onto the Keeper of the Grove either. The Alchemist is sitting at level 5. Is not going to be able to get to level 6. There's another Acid Bomb trying to finish things off. Never getting to the Orb of Venom strategy that I thought he was going to ultimately try and go for. There goes the Alchemist. And that should definitely be the game, as Ice Orc is now just running away with his Keeper of the Grove, prolonging an unnecessary game. No Envenom Spears. There goes a quick Hex, and that is the game right there. Yeah, beating Night Elf, who is going for mass archers with Wind Riders, doesn't seem like the most optimal way to do it. Then again, if you're talking about if you're trying to win a game with brute force and you're losing, well, consider that you're not using enough brute force. And that's really what we saw in this matchup here. XiaoKK, he was just trying to spam Wind Riders and Troll Bat Riders, and was able to do it, and able to just punish his opponent and getting so much damage through. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.